Jimmy invited down as just friends of his. And then the next year it was 32, and then it was 64, and then it was so on and so forth. And before Jimmy left to go to Carolina, Jim McNally, it had grown to about 300 to 325 guys that would come from all over the place. And Jimmy always had his buddies speak, and different coaches and different college coaches and friends of his, because he was on the road so much, working on a lot of different players. He made a lot of friends. When he went to Charlotte, the Carolina Panthers, he called me and said, "Why don't you do the clinic, take it over?" And I said, "Well, if I do it, I'm going to use all the pro guys." I was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the last 4 years, and the Jets before that, and so on. So I said, "Fine." I said, "I'm going to use all the pro guys to do the clinic." Well, last year down in Tampa, we had about 300 guys the first year. So when I took the job here at the University of Cincinnati, he called again and said, "Well, let's bring it back to Cincinnati." So we mailed everybody, like we normally mail all his friends and everything on everybody those little books that we get. Okay, so we're back here in Cincinnati. Now some of the rules and stuff that we like to go by, we don't like any talking. It's very distracting when you get up on stage here, or some guys are trying to figure out how to box a linebacker back there in the back room. Okay, you're trying to teach something up here. So try to keep the conversation down. We might have none at all. If you want to talk and do something, just go outside. Okay, by the tables of the machines out there and try to figure it all out. Okay, if you have any questions after the guys are speaking, try to hold your questions to the end of the hour, or when the break happens, they're going to be here all day, so you can get them. Okay, because I ain't going to pay them, so they're going to be here. All right, so you can get your questions answered. So if they're talking about something, write it down, the question you have, and then they'll answer it. Now, you're at the end of the hour, during the break, you can get them, they'll be around all day. Now, the guys that I have speaking here have Paul Woodrow from the Detroit Lions. Never played pro football. Have Jim McNally from the Carolina Panthers. Never played pro football. Okay. I have Jim Hannaford, probably a grandfather of all of us. Okay, never played pro football. Who else do I have here? I have myself. Never played pro football. Okay, who am I forgetting? Paul Alexander from the Bengals. Okay, another one. They're all friends of mine. We're all friends. The reason these guys are because they are good teachers. They can teach. They have coached at every level, and they can teach. Okay, that's why they're where they're at, because they're good teachers. They're communicators, and they get across what they're trying to accomplish, and you can see what they're talking about on film that it works. Okay, now there's a lot of different ways to get things done. Okay, but the reason these guys are where they are, okay, is because they're good teachers and they're good coaches. And they'll spend a lot of time with you, and every one of them is coached at all levels. Okay, there's some of them coached in high school. They were part-time college guys, they were full-time college guys. They're in the pros. Okay, they'll spend a lot of time with you. Okay, so if you see them and you need something after they finish their lecture, then get them. Don't worry about it. Ask all the questions you want. You guys have a lot of things that you want answered during the course of the day. We're probably not going to cover everything that you want covered. We try to break it up. I'm going to do the first 2 hours. I'm going to talk about just fundamental things of run blocking, just the stance, different drills and square drills that we do. I've been very fortunate to be around some really good coaches. Jim McNally, good drill. A guy named George DeLeon, who I worked with back there at Holy Cross College, really helped me out. Larry Bechtel from the Miami Dolphins now. Okay? So, anytime you find one of these guys, you want to ask them something, We have some tapes here. Okay? Paul Woodrow was nice enough to send us tape down early that he's going to speak on, and all his drills and stuff that he uses up there in Detroit. If you want the tape, this guy right here, John Whitaker, right? It's $5. You can't beat it. Okay, it's $5 for his drill tape up here. If you want any of my tapes, it's the same thing. Okay, we're not here to make a whole lot of money on this, guys. If you want to take the whole clinic, okay, then there's another flyer here where you can fill this out and you can send it in, and they'll send you, John will send you the tape here, whatever the cost is on that flyer right there. So just so you, there's Jimmy right there, Jim McNally, you know who he is. There's Paul Woodrow sitting right here. Is Paul Alexander here yet? Paul's not here. Jim Hannaford. You see him walking around.
He's working out.
White-haired, old, crusty kind of guy. You know who he is. telling Joe DeLama horse stories the other night in Pro Bowl around Hawaii. He was. Okay, let's get started. And I'm going to go for 15 minutes and take a 10-minute break. And I'm going to go for another 15 and take a 10-minute break. Okay? So any questions you want, kind of hold them a little bit, and I'll get to everything you guys want. And we'll get going here. So, all right. The first thing I want to talk about, offensive line play. I think in offensive line play, there's two things that are critical. And I really firmly believe in the two things. Number one is, okay, mental mistakes. You don't want to have any mental mistakes on the line of scrimmage. You don't, because you may not have the best players, okay? And if they go block the wrong guys, it's even worse. So you want them at least going to the right people, because they may fall down and the guy may trip over them and the back's still going. Or they may fall down and the guy trips over them and the quarterback throws the ball. So at least if they go to the right people, you have a chance, even if you don't have as good as players as the opposing team. Number two is your departure angle from the line of scrimmage. Your departure angle, you hear my guys, now my guys haven't got this quite yet in Cincinnati, we're working at it, okay? But the departure angles from the line of scrimmage is critical. If you depart the line of scrimmage at the wrong angle, then you're going to be behind right from the get-go, okay? You're going to be behind, right, you may be half a meter behind the guy's playing on the edge of your path. Why? Because you took the wrong angle to try to block that guy. So when you depart the line of scrimmage, you want to be exact. Okay? You want to hit the right landmark on that defender that you're trying to block. Now what I'm going to give you the first 40 or 50 minutes here is all fundamental, regardless of what level you play on, you can use a lot of this stuff that I'm going to talk about. So I like to train my guys with 3 thoughts in mind. 3 simple thoughts. Number 1 is a play called in the huddle. Let's say the play in the huddle we're going to call Pro Right 16 Mike. That's a base play that we use, or 16 Zeus. Pro Right 16 Mike. On 2, ready, break, and they come to the line of scrimmage. On their way to the line of scrimmage, I want the offensive lineman thinking about, who do I have to block? Write that down. They have a thought progression that they go through. The first thing is, who do I have to block? Got to get to the line of scrimmage. It's on the way. Who do I have to block? Now they get to the line of scrimmage, and they get down in a preset position. Some guys put them down. That's fine. You get down in a preset position. The next thing I want them to think about is, what can the defense do to me in the configuration that they line up in? Because they get down, they look at a picture. What can that defense do to me? The linebacker may be shaded over the ball with the B gap. Okay, that 5 technique may be a little tighter. Look, you might ram that end inside and run the linebacker over the top. What can the defense do to me in the configuration that they line up in? And the third thing I want them to think about is, how am I going to block it? How am I going to get the job done? Am I going to step with my outside leg? Am I going to step with my inside leg? Am I going to have to bring the guard with me? Is the guy too wide? Am I going to have to bring the tackle down and pull? Okay? How am I going to get the job done? What are all my tools? What are all my line calls? What do I need to get the job done? So those 3 things on every single play, run or pass, it doesn't make any difference. What's the first one? Who do I have to block? The second one, what can the defense do to me? And the third one, how am I going to get the job done? Okay? What tools has my coach given me during the week to get this job done? And you drill them over and over and over and over again in that book. At least you get them going to the right people, guys. You give yourself a chance. You're giving yourself a chance. Now, let's start right from the basics. And this has been going around for a long time, and there's a lot of different thought processes on this and everything. And it started, I think it started way back with a guy named Bernice Wylie, when Jim McNally went to visit Bernice Wylie back at the Baltimore Colts back in 1978. I have my date right somewhere back in that area. Okay? It was, how do you have to have your body work in this kind of configuration. In other words, you have to be in what we call a demeanor. You have to be flat-footed. You have to bend your knees and try to keep your shoulders behind your knees, okay, with an arch in your back, and you have to be able to work whether it's pass or run, in a bent knee position, okay, with your elbows in, your hands up, and your center of gravity down the middle of your body. You have to be able to work in that position. Because it's easy to play with your legs straight, but you're not going to block anybody run or pass. So you have to train your guys to work in that bent knee position we call a duck. Okay, where they bend, the shoulders will stay in back of their knees. Okay, they've got their head up, they've got an arch in their back. Okay, and they got their hands up. Now you have to train them like that. How do you train them? We do a drill we call demeanor. Get down like this. Okay, when they go side to side, I don't care how fast they go, I just want them to work, okay, with their knees bent. So when they go side to side, they'll shake their hands. When they go forward and backward, they'll pump their arms. But they work with their knees bent. They work with their knees bent. And you train them, because it's hard to stay down in this position, okay, for a long period of time. It burns. It burns. But you've got to train them. And you train them. I use squares. And I'll tell you about the squares in a minute. But that's the first thing that I try to teach them, is you have to learn to play with your knees bent. In here. Okay? With a good body posture. A good demeanor. Because when you get down here, okay, you still want to be able, this is where all your force angles. That's where all your angles lock in. Does anybody know the concept of leverage? What's leverage? We all talk about what leverage. What's leverage? There's two power forces in the body. You have an upper body power force here. And you have your lower angles in your knees and your hips and so on. So what's leverage? Leverage is when you separate the upper body from the lower body. So it's here. If you separate the defensive guy, because he's down like this, if you can separate that upper body angle, okay, straighten him up from his lower body angles, you've created leverage. So leverage is nothing more than taking the defender's upper body power angle and straightening it up, okay, and separating it from his lower body angle. And all you need is to keep your pad level about that much lower than the defender. That ain't a whole lot now, is it? If you're going to train the kids to be the demeanor, to play that much lower than the defender. Now, that's easy. Bullshit. In pro football, also, they're so big and strong, they're all up here like this. Okay? The guys that are 6'7" and 6'8", they don't want to bend their legs to get down here because it hurts. You've got to train the shit out. Let me tell you. Okay, train them and train them and train them until it hurts. And when you think they've done it enough, do it one more time. When you think they've done it the meaning thing enough, okay, you do it one more time. And when they stop bitching at you, then you know you probably got enough. You see what I'm saying? Ah, fuck, shit, you heard that whole bitching, right? And you probably got enough. Okay? And let's talk about the next. You have to train them with their knees bent. I keep going over and over again because I think those are important, fundamental things on any level that you need to do. So, we train them with their knees bent. Teach them how to move with their legs bent. Teach them a good body posture. Next, the stance. This is another 20-minute dissertation. This is on this. On the right side of the ball, we're in a right-handed stance. On the left side of the ball, we're in a left-handed stance. Why do you think that happened? How did it all start? It started a long time ago. But it first started, okay, because of the run. People think it was because of the pass. It wasn't because of the pass. It started because of the run. Now it fits into the pass because your left tackle's already in. He can kick, okay, and he's already the pass block, right? But it started for the run. What did I talk about in the beginning? Your angle of departure from the line of scrimmage is critical. You can take a more accurate first step with your staggered leg. So if I'm the right guard or right tackle, this first step off the football would have to be here, back here, okay? It can be more accurate when I'm in a right-handed stance. Okay, so my angle of departure from the line of scrimmage will be more accurate. Same thing on the left side. departing the line of scrimmage, I can take a more accurate step with my staggered leg, my outside leg now, because I'm in a left-handed stance, coming off the ball. Right-handed, you say, well, hey coach, my guys can't do that. That's bullshit. And I'll tell you why. Because the coach doesn't feel comfortable with getting in a right-handed stance or a left-handed stance. It doesn't make any difference if you guys can feel comfortable with that shit or not, because you ain't going to play. Okay? You're not going to play one snap. It's the kid. You tell them you get in a left-handed stance, you're going to be standing over here on the side of me on the sideline over here watching the game. You'll be surprised how fast they learn to get in a left-handed stance. And they learn how to like it. Okay? So right-handed ball in a right-handed stance, left-hand side of the ball, left-hand stance. We get our feet shoulder width apart, armpit to shoulder width. Some of the taller guys are going to be a little wider. Some of the guys will, maybe a little narrow, but it's somewhere in that vicinity. Okay? We have a toe and step relationship. Toe and step relationship. Okay? We're going to bend. We're going to keep our inside foot flat. We're going to bend at the waist and put our elbows on the top of our knees. Just like this, we're in a preset position. Preset. Some guys get up and get down. That's fine. Okay, like there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, but we're going to be in a preset position. Okay? My inside leg is going to be flat. Okay? My knees are going to be in line with my hips. As much as I can give them, I want my knees in line with my hip. You see that right there? Because when that knee is in line with that hip, okay, that's when the body's in the best possible configuration to generate the most amount of power. That's where the most of your power is going to come from. Okay? So when they get down in their stance, how many guys have seen this? They get down in their stance and their knees go outside of their hips like that. You guys all seen that stance? You see what I'm saying? Here, okay? They can't block. They're too wide. They can have a wide base. They can have a wide base, but they have to be narrow with their knees. You see what I'm saying? My base can be a little bit wider as long as my knees stay in line with my hips. Critical point. Critical coaching point. So now we're in the bent knee position. My elbows are on my knees. Okay? About like this. Okay? Now I want to take my down hand. My hand I'm going to put on the ground, and I'm going to stretch out as far as I can with it. Okay? And pull back in my hips. I am going to stretch out as far as I can, and I'm losing this mic. I'm going to stretch out as far as I can with it, and pull back in my hips. Here. Right there. Okay? I can pick it up. Okay? Without changing my body weight. Now I'm an old son of a gun. Got a big pop belly. Alright? But I can still have enough flexibility that I can reach out as far as I can, put that down hand on the ground. Okay? I take the inside of my off arm and I put it on the inside of my off arm and I put it on the outside of the knee. And I relax the hand. The inside of the off arm, some guys will have it up here, I don't care. I got this point from Paul. Okay, he was watching the San Francisco 49er, and he saw that, hey, they watched the defensive lineman at San Francisco. They put their hands over here on defense, a little more stagger in their stance, and they seem to get them on the offensive lineman quicker. Okay? That's good. Some of my guys, you see number 62 when I was with him, Ian Beckles, he does that. When you see Scott Dillon and Paul Gruber, they're more like this. Okay? Because they felt that they could be down in here, okay, still be able to set nice and low, okay, with this elbow on the outside of the knee would square up their shoulders a little more, and they could still get that hand on the front and out. I see a lot of guys when I look at some high school tapes and some of the college tapes, they got this hand so tight, it's so good. I mean, they're like, well, hell, you've got to relax your muscles before you move. You've got to relax your muscles before you move, so you better be, okay, relaxed. I'm in my stance, okay, but I'm relaxed. But when the ball snapped, okay, that's when I can move. I don't have to, I tighten up and go. I don't have to relax my muscles in my stance and then, tighten it back up again. Because what we talked about, the demeanor, the stance, okay? We like to get them down in this area here, okay? Now, how do you check their stance? You put them in their stance, and I say, pick up your hand. If they do this, watch my body do? I say, pick up your hand, they're going to go, wrong. See what I did? I rocked back to pick up my body, not pick up my hand. They got their weight distributed all wrong. Okay? They may have to do this. They're on this side. Pick up your down hand. They move their weight over, and they pick up their down hand. Wrong. They should be able to pick up their down hand with very little weight on it. Okay? And not move their body. And still have a good low base power angles in your knees, and your shoulders will still be nice and level. Everybody can follow that? That's the stance. That's the stance. So, I put them on these squares. And you guys will see, and I talk about this every time, I think it pertains to every level of football. That's why all the X's and O's, you can be the smartest son of a gun. We were talking last night, what happened to me here, buddy? Okay. We were talking last night over at the Bengal office about all kinds of different topics. But Jim McNally, he says, hey, I'm so consumed in the angles my guys take to block people. The techniques that they use. All the X's and O's. All the X's and O's that you guys invent, okay, don't mean shit. Okay? If that kid can't block the guy who lines up in front of him, if he don't have the proper technique, all those fancy schemes you guys have, we all have them, we all coach ourselves and think of these things about 2 o'clock on a Tuesday night, we're going to put it in. That don't mean shit. You better be able to teach some fundamental stuff to your players with a few simple plays and you'll be better off. Okay? This right here, I was at Ohio University back about 1984 or 5, somewhere back in that area. My GA got Elsis. He can't coach. I got 25 offensive linemen. You can't coach 25 guys. It's impossible. It's impossible. I had to find a way to work with all those guys at one time. These squares right here, I was at a clinic in William Patterson, New Jersey. There was a defensive line coach for the New York Jets who was now the defensive line coach for the Buffalo Bills, somebody help me out, the girl.
Stanovich.
Yeah, that's the guy. Okay? He was talking about offensive line play. He's the defensive line coach for the Jets, but he was talking about offensive line play. Okay? I'm sitting in that meeting, in that clinic, and I'm a junior high or high school football coach, and I'm taking notes just like all you guys. I'm writing everything down. I got my recorder going. You know what I mean? Well, I get to OU, all of a sudden, bang, my GA can't coach. I got all these guys, how much I'm working. He was talking about the squares. He's talking about these squares. He's a defensive line coach from years back, right? I go to Holy Cross College with George Leone. He must have been at the same clinic because he used the exact same squares. Okay, the exact same thing. You can work with a lot of different guys at one time. You got run squares and pass squares. You got to see all that. These are 5 guys. I went to the Bengal mini camp last weekend before this time. Okay, I walk over there and see Paul. Paul got squares all over the field. Okay? It's a way you can organize your guys and work with them quickly. Work with a lot of guys at one time. So these squares are 5 yards by 5 yards. You pick one more square, then you have people to work with. It's always one more square, then you have people to work with. So we go 5 by 5. So if I'm going to work with the 5 offensive linemen all the time, I only need 6 squares. Okay? And then you go as many deep as you need. Okay? If I'm going to work with the 5 offensive linemen and the tight end, then I'm going to go with 7 squares. Okay? So I need 7 squares across the line. If you're going to use the 2 tight ends, you say so on and so forth. It's self-explanatory. Everybody has a point. Everybody has a spot they give them. I'm up here. Okay? I'm facing the whole group. Okay? I say run squares. They don't know they're going to get out the run squares. Okay, we do the demeanor, which I talked about. We go right, left, back, watch my hand, this way, this way, this way, this way. You see some film here in a minute, right? We start off with the demeanor. Okay, and the next thing I say, let's check your stance. Okay, let's check your stance. I'll say outside leg on the line, outside leg on the line. Well, what they'll do is they'll put their outside leg on the line. Okay, I'll say, get your stance. I'll give them a command. Everything starts with a command. Outside leg on the line, you're going to check your stance, guys, on one-on-one. 34, set. You guys pick up your down hand. They'll get set. They'll pick up their down hand, and all I'll do is just walk around. And if they have to adjust their body weight, they're wrong. They are wrong. They have to adjust their body weight and tell them. You're wrong. You get too much weight for it. You know what I mean? Maybe your knees are too far outside your hips. Whatever the coaching point is for the stance, it only takes a couple minutes, guys. It's not a long dissertation. I'm taking a long time to explain it to you. Okay, but this whole thing takes about 8 minutes. Once you get it done, once you have it taught. So we check their stance. The next thing I know, we did the demeanor. Okay, we check their stance. Next thing I tell them, I want them to run with their knees bent. Now, when you do the demeanor, you're just training them to work with their knees bent. But now I want them to run with their knees bent. So I'll say, okay, everybody put your right foot on the line. Right foot on the line. Okay, here we go, on one. I want you to drop step with the right foot and duck for 10 yards. Okay, why do I want their right foot on the line? I want to put their right foot on the line, guys. Let's just say it's this right tackle over here. And his right foot's on the line, so when he takes that little drop step, I can see how much ground visually he's gained over on the defender. I can see how much ground visually, how much he's gained over on the defender. So I'll say drop step, okay, and duck for 10 yards. And he'll run for 10 yards. Right there, and then turn around and come back. And now, the whole group goes at one time. They'll go, the next line will go, the third line will go, the fourth line will go. Okay? They all turn around. Okay? Wait for the line. Drop step and duck for 10 yards. You guys see all that? Okay? And he'll come all the way back. Okay, and turn around. He's back where he started. He's right back where he started. Organized. Left foot on the line. Here we go, guys. On two. Change snap count. On two. Here we go. Left foot on the line. There you go. Set. They leave. They depart. Angle departure off the football. They stop with their left foot. They go up. They stop with their left foot coming back. Simple deal, right? They're departing the line of scrimmage. Okay. Now go with steps here in a minute. That's the duck. Okay. Down step, right and left. We just talked about that. We include those two together. Okay. Right foot on the line. Now we've got 16 and 18 footwork and 17 and 19 footwork. Now explain that in a minute. The next thing, these are all footwork things. All footwork. When you depart the line of scrimmage, how do you teach them how to down block? Nobody knows how to down block. Jim and Down, we talked about this last night. Knowing exactly what's the best technique, nobody knows. But there's some configuration where you still have to depart the line of scrimmage. Somewhere or another, where you put your helmet in front of the guy, you put your helmet on the in number, where you put the helmet on the bottom of the in number. Somewhere you have to take a first step to leave the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be some kind of proper step. So over here, we're going to teach the down block. So right here, let's just turn this around. I'm this left guard over here, and I'm going to tell him to down block to the right. Well, the first thing I know about the the line of scrimmage, if I want to block down, okay, is I want to see if I can get that first step, okay, on the ground, okay, so that my hips come in some kind of an area, okay. Here, I may have to open up just a little bit. Now, that second step may have to come here, or the second step may have to cross over, depending on what the defender does, and all that stuff. But it's got first step, where I'm going to turn my hips just a little bit to get everything going in the same angle. Now, there's a lot of different down blocks. Sometimes you're blocking down, but you're coming up and over, okay? Sometimes you're blocking down, but you're going to turn a little bit, okay? There's a lot of different ones, so whatever one you teach, it's the first step. So you teach them how to take that first step, and then what they do is they block down on the guy, right to about the middle of the square, and then they walk up. And you just jog up to the next square right there. And you teach them how to take that first step and come back down on the defender again, and then they walk up. Same thing if they went the other way. Down block to the left. Down block to the left. Now they all do it at one time. He walks up to the next square, down block to the left again. Okay, walk up here, he's right back where he started. He's right back where he started. So you do a whole line. First line, second line, third line. Turn around, guys, coming back. Okay? So the last line I went would be the first line coming back, so on and so forth. So it's the angle coming off the line of scrimmage to down block. Whatever one you use is a whole mess of it. Next thing, trap. Trap's a little more shallow, more into the line, okay? So you've got to take a different footwork. You're going to the bucket step. So you go for a step on a trap play. If it's a short trap is I want to, say I'm the left guard. I'm going to say I'm the left guard. I'm in my stance. Now I'm going to trap a 3 technique, okay? Or I'm going to trap a 5 technique, okay? My first step is back here. A bucket step. It's here, with the whole foot flat on the ground. Okay? My next step is right at the defender I got to trap, because if he stays there, he's in the most difficult position to trap. So we use trap footwork. Okay? I'll say bucket step, trap into the line. Bucket step, trap into the line. So what they'll do, they'll take this arm whip back. That first step is flat on the ground. That second step goes right at the defender. They're going to trap, and then they make their adjustments. They make their adjustments on the run. So we'll say we're going to trap to the right. Trap to the right. You see where that mark is right there? It's not as quite as deep as the down block. Okay? And he walks up to the next thing. Trap to the right. He walks up. Trap to the left. Walks up. Trap to the left again. So what have we worked on? The demeanor, the stance. Okay? We worked on running with our knees bent, the duck. We've worked on down block footwork to the left, down block footwork to the right, trap footwork to the left, trap footwork to the right. You're going to pull. Everybody has a play where you're going to pull. You're going to pull one of your guys. You're going to run the off tackle power play. Everybody in America runs it on every level. Okay? So let's just say it's this right guard. He's going to pull to his right. This way. Well, if you want to do it, this doesn't make any difference. Say it's the left guard pulling to his right. Okay? He uses the proper footwork to pull. He's going to drop the bucket step, open up, open his hips. You'll whip that backside, that inside arm back. He's going like, he's going to get on the ground, right? And he's going to try to keep it tight to the line of scrimmage, tight to the line of scrimmage. Okay, he's going to be running. When he gets 2 squares over, he's going to dip his inside shoulder, and come around and get up the field. All it is an angle coming off the line of scrimmage. The pull. So he pulls this way, dips his inside shoulder, comes up here, pull to the right again. He comes right back to where he started. It's just footwork. So all I'm working on is just what? Angle of the pockets. How do I leave the line of scrimmage? Now, so we went down block, trap, pull. Now we get over here. Okay, we're going to talk about steps. What's the first step I take if we're going to block what we call 16 or 17 or 18 and 19? Okay, this is a little bit of footwork. This is footwork right here. Okay. So let's just say we're talking about a dry block, and we're blocking the inside zone play, and we've got to take one step. So if I have all these bags, and I put all these bags, shade them on the outside shoulder. Each guy has a bag. And it'll look like this. You all have it. Center shade any shot you want. Okay? You'll all be kind of outside those guys a little bit like this. And this is the example of the bag. Everybody has these bags. And let's just say that these lines over here on the stage are the squares. So I may be the right guard. And this bag will be right about here. Okay? And that foot will be right on that line. Okay? Just about like that. Okay, so now I want to take one step. Okay? When I take that one step, if I could break it down and find it in one step, I would, but I can't. Okay? It's the first step. So where is the guy on me? It's all relative to where the defender lines up on me. So if I've got a step with this outside leg, okay, I want to mentally transfer a little bit of my weight to the inside. Okay? What did I say? If I have a step with my outside leg, I don't want to lean in my stance, I don't want to give anything away. I just have, if I have to step with this foot, I want to mentally put some weight on this leg so I can move that foot. Like we use a little bit of a drop step. Okay? If the guy's a little bit wider out, we don't really lead at a guy. Okay? We use a little bit of a drop step. Okay, here. When that first, I don't even know how far that is, but that's all I need. And when that foot hits the ground, it's got to be flat. You hear what I'm telling you? It's not on the toe. When that first step hits the ground, here, it's got to be flat. It's got to be flat. The second step, so I'm here, that first step hits the ground, my weight, listen to what I'm telling you now, is coming through, what was it? It was on the inside leg, right? Now my weight is going to come through the inside knee, down the inside of that leg, through the inside of that arch. Okay, so I don't lean. Okay, I don't want to do this. You see that? Because if I lean over this leg, this step right here will cross over. And I don't want to cross over. So that first step is critical. When that thing hits the ground, my center of gravity should be right down the middle of my body. Right here. I'm right there. See where my hands are? My hands come about as far back as my knees. And I'm back up in here. Okay? I don't bring it way back here like an airplane. Okay? It is right here. Right? I'm on the inside of that. My center of gravity is down the middle of my body. Now here's the second step. You put the second step down the inside leg of that defender. That second step here comes down the inside leg of that defender, right down the inside foot of that defender. But when that foot hits the ground, your hand should be punching the defender at the same time. Now I tell you, it's here. Here. You got to time that up. You know how many kids can't do that? Okay? It's here. You bounce that second step off the ground. See that second step? That's flat. That's not on the ball of that foot. You got to teach him to play flat-footed. It's here. 1, 2. Those hands are inside. My elbows are inside. And I am going to punch him with the bottom 3 knuckles of each hand in the short ribs. In the short ribs. God took a rib from us. You know what I mean? And He made Adam and Eve. Well, He made women, He took that rib from man. Kind of screwed us all up there a little bit. Okay? But that's where I want to hit him. That's the soft part of his body right there. But I've got to time that up with the second step. And it is an attitude. It is an attitude so that when you work, okay, when you work with these guys, the second step, you may have a guy hold a shield. That second step comes down, that's an attitude. That's where the movement comes, that's where the strike comes from. Second step drill. The third step, I want to get width and distance. Width and distance. So it's 1, 2. That third step, I want to get over and get that son of a gun going down the field. Here, I got the punch, right? Now it's over, width and distance. Width and distance. I've covered the defender up. My aiming point with my helmet should be 1 inch outside the sternum of the defender. My landmark on the inside zone point is 1 inch outside the sternum of the defender. So you get a 3-step drill. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay? That's all you do. Angle of departure. Now why? Why? Okay? Say the son of a gun is a little bit wider. Okay? Now I got to take a 6-inch step, 45-degree angle. It's too complicated for me. I ain't smart enough. Okay? But I know if I tell the kid that I want my helmet 1 inch outside the sternum of the defender, okay, and I want my second step to come down the inside leg of that defender, the inside foot, okay, that he will probably be on the right angle to block that guy. His mind will figure what he needs if I just tell him those 2 things. Just those 2 things. So he's a little wider. So that kid's saying, God, he wants my helmet here. Okay, so that means he's a little bit wide. I got to take a little more drop step, so my hips turn a little more, so I can get the second step. Okay, still have my base, second step down the inside leg of that defender right there, okay, and get width and distance on the third step. So the wider the guy is, the more drop step I have to take. If he gets so wide, I may bring the tight end down. You understand what I'm saying? I can no longer reach him. Or maybe it's the inside zone play, I just want to seal him out, okay? I may just step, take this and just walk by. He's already out of the play. He's way out in the gap. He's already out there. Just keep him out there. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying, fundamentally, that guy, I got to block that guy that lines up on him. Okay? The guy up, first step was my weight, going down the inside of that leg. I didn't lean. Okay? Second step, attitude. Third step, the distance. What's my center of gravity? Down the middle of my body. Three-step approach. Okay? Three-step approach. What's the next one say? It says flipper somewhere down here. Okay. We train them how to use the flipper. I'll go over that with listen. Give me what that one on the side that is, because we're going to run out of time here. We train them how to use the flipper. When do you use the flipper? You may use the flipper if you're the front side tackle and you're running a counter play and you've got to work with the tight end. He may take that little step and then flip at that guy. You may be the front side guard and you're blocking down on the nose guard in the center, working together. He may step down. He may flip that guy back to the center and continue on. So I'll show you how that works on the side over here. But the other critical point I want to make is fit, drive, and finish. Fit, drive, and finish. Now, we talked about the stances, the demeanor, all that stuff. Okay. Now, you've already hit the guy. You've already made contact with the guy. I can use you, if you don't mind. You've already hit the defender. Okay, you've already done you already punched the guy. You see what I'm saying? We talk about the sex of, yeah, we drill that, we call a punch drill. Okay, all I have to do is stand up over here like this in front of the bag, and I'm not really concerned about the footwork now. All I'm concerned about when I do this drill here is that if they can punch, and they extend, you see what I'm saying? They arch their back. Offensive line blocking is not this. Okay, it's not this. Offensive line blocking is a powerful explosion. It's a control deal, but it's an explosion. Okay? So all I want them to do is learn how to use their hips and punt. Boom, here. Boom. You see what I'm saying? I don't care about the footwork right now. I just want the punch. Okay? I want their eyes looking at a target on the bag, A, L, A, whatever it is. South America, if that's big enough, they should be able to hit that. Okay? You know what I mean? You train them. Your eyes, punching, look at the target in, boom, all that kind of stuff. Right? Now, we've done that. You've hit the guy. Right here. I'm into the block. Yeah. All the proper good techniques that you talk about. I'm in here, my head's up, there's an arch on my back, okay? I got the bag, okay, punch the defender, dexterity in my hands, okay? I'm right here, now see my feet. Can you guys see my feet? Look how my feet are. They're not like this. You see this? I'm not on the balls of my feet. See what I'm saying? Because if he were to go this way, I have to cross over and try to block him. You understand what I'm saying? I had trouble to adjust when I get my shoulders ahead of my knees and I'm on the balls of my feet. See, if I'm like, I have a problem right here. I'm playing on the balls of my feet. No. I want to be in here. Okay? Come up here a little bit. Watch my feet. Okay? Kind of duck footed a little bit. They're flat on the ground. All right? They're flat on the ground. So if he makes a move to my right, I can adjust, go back the other way. You see what I'm saying? I can adjust with the defender and move the defender. If I can't adjust and sustain the block, I probably can't play the game. Okay? You've got to teach them to be able to adjust as you guys work. Yeah, you're working your way on. How to adjust, go back to the way. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not a very good demonstrator, but what I'm saying is you get the idea of how to drive the guy. You're pounding, you're moving the guy, pop, okay? But you can adjust with the defender if he goes inside or if he goes back outside. Okay, because your feet are flat. You work with your knees bent. You understand what I'm talking about? You understand? It's a fit, it's a drive, and when the guy's driving the guy, the defender, go this way, you have to make the offensive guy go back the way. Stay on the block. You see what I'm saying? The defender has to make the offensive guy adjust and stay on the block. Adjust and sustain. At the end of it, okay, we go about 10 yards and I'll blow the whistle. I'll blow the whistle. When I blow the whistle, the play's ended. Just like it would end on the field during the game. The referee blows the whistle. That's my key to finish the block. That's my key. Offensive lineman. You hear a whistle? You're driving the guy, you hear the whistle, it's one more shove. One more shove. Wow! You finished the defender. You shove him one more time. It may be the difference between the linebacker, okay, getting the guy like this, your running back, or it may be the difference of the linebacker just being able to get a hand on the guy, and the guy breaks the tackle and keeps on running. That's a small thing. You finish. But it's the one fight. If anything else, if you come away with anything, that would be one of the things. Fit, drive, and then you finish. And when you finish, it's fine. I'm not going to stay there. You understand what I'm saying? Fit, drive, and finish. Fit, drive, and you blow the whistle. It's a finish. You finish the block. And you've got to be kind of enthusiastic and intense when you coach your guys. You know, you don't have to be yelling and screaming out all the time. Okay, they understand. Okay, they understand when they did it wrong, they understand when they do it right. Now, as a coach, you've got to be known for something. I don't care what it is. Be known for something. Those guys at Plainfield High School line up and they get their perfect stances and they're all dressed alike and they all look really good. And they come up on the line of scrimmage. They get down and they all look really nice across the board. Hey, they're pretty well organized. They're known for something. Hey, those guys at Fairmont High School, they finish. Jesus Christ, they finish. I mean, they're all, hey, they made the shirt maybe out of their pants and sock, maybe not. Who the fuck cares? They finish. Okay? So those guys at Fairmont, they're known for finishing. Okay? Those guys at Plainfield, they know for looking really pretty. You know, be known for something. I don't care what it is. Be known for something. Okay? Be known for something. Now, to go back to this progression right here, now we put them in and we have them do the whole block. We have them do the whole block. We put them down in their stance. Okay, they come out of the blocks. Okay, and they do their whole block. Okay, now when they're driving the guy, here's a thing when they're driving the guy. All these little coaching points up and down. I punched this guy. I've already, boom, I'm driving the guy. But I want a strong inside hand. I'm the right guard. I'm the right tackle. I'm pushing this guy. Okay, let's get over there. I'm pushing this guy, and as I'm driving him, my helmet's 1 inch outside the sternum, but this inside hand, that's the dominant hand. Right, I'm trying to push this guy, and not let that guy come back across my face. He's already going that way. Well, keep him going that way, okay? Don't let him come back across my face. I want a dominant inside hand right here. Dominant inside hand. So when I drive the guy on the inside, don't play dominant inside hand. Okay? On the outside zone play, I try to, there's a lot of different techniques, we'll go back to this in a minute. That's the next hour. Okay? So let's just review quickly. That's good coaching. Okay? Let's just we talked about the demeanor. We talked about the stance. Okay? We talked about training how to run with their knees back. We talked about their angles on coming off the ball when they down block, when they trap, and when they pull. Just footwork. Just footwork. We talked about punching the guy. We want to punch it with the bottom 3 knuckles of our hands. We want the hips to come. Okay? We want that head up. Okay? Right? We talked about timing up the punch in the second step. On the back drill, in the second step, we want the hands in the second step to hit the ground at the same time. Timing up the punch. We did a lot of little coaching points here. We talked about, okay, first step, second step, third step. We talked about fit, drive, and finish. And how I drive the guy with my back arched. I got to be able to walk the guy with an arch in my back. Okay, driving the guy, being able to sustain the block, and then finishing him with my feet that don't look like this. Okay, no more pigeon-toed, more duck-footed. Okay, so I'm able to what? I'm able to adjust and sustain the block when I drive the individual. We talked about finishing the block on the whistle. That's my key. That's my tool when I finish the block. We talked about now you put them in their stance, okay, and they run the block, the whole block itself. Now this looks like a lot of stuff, a lot of things to do. It's not that long. It doesn't take that long. I'm going to show you from here in the shot. Okay. Now when we run 18 and 19, this is the change. 18 and 19. Okay. The footwork on the outside zone. If I'm the tackle, okay, two things. Some of the tackles, if the guy's tight, the guy's really tight on me, he may take a lateral step. A lateral step, and he'll use a rip for movement. A rip for movement. The second step will come down the middle of the defender. The second step will come down the middle of the defender. Okay? It's a rip for movement, but the second step comes down the middle of the defender. Here, boom, a rip for movement. A rip for movement, right on this angle. Now, once in a while, you see some guys in film, they'll step here, and they'll take their inside hand and put it right down the middle of the guy, and they'll take their outside hand and try to get it on the guy's outside shoulder. That's another technique. Okay? The guard will trail. A trail technique by the guard. We'll go over that in the next hour. Okay? But the guard will trail. It's an entirely different scenario. But I just wanted to show you the tackle's footwork. That was the inside zone play as compared to the outside zone play. Now let's just take a look at some of these drills. Somewhere here. Somebody get those lights back there over, just turn them down, you guys. Okay, the front lights. I don't care about the back ones, more the front ones. Maybe on the other wall over there. Come on, Sammy. Okay, this is a demeanor. We break them down. We need this side over here, which is on that wall, I think, right there. Turn them down. I don't care how fast they go. Try to pump their arms. Try to pump their arms, keep their legs bent. Some guys do it good, some guys are not doing this in the first mini camp here a while back. Okay, see, he's too high, but he's doing it pretty good. See, Ian Beckles? Yeah, he's a little, that's Bill, he's a little high. He's showing love, he's with Jimmy now, over at Carolina. Okay? But you train him on the squares. And you keep on his train on a stance. They get in a stance, they pick up their hand. If they move their body weight, they're wrong. If they move their body, you just walk around and take a look at them. I make them move their feet again, so you have to get back in their stance again. Sometimes they just keep their footwork the same. They never move their feet. It's easy to get back up and get down. Make them move their feet. Now they're going to have their outside leg on the line. They're going to drop step. And they're going to run with their knees bent for about 10 yards. They run with their knees bent. Okay? Teach them how to run with their knees bent. That's pretty good right there. What's the first step? All right, go back here. What's the first thing? You got to go flat on the ground. Watch this kid, Jim Pine, probably the best technician in the group. See that foot flat on the ground. Watch the foot flat on the ground on the first step. Flat on the ground. Run with your knees bent. Okay, coming back. Okay, it's $2. Okay, Mr. Snap gun. So you find this other things. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, what's Pine here? This is a good. It doesn't get much better than this guy. Can't. If you want to look at a guy do it right, that's about what it should look like. That's about what it should look like. Teach them how to run with their knees bent. This is a kid from Maryland. Dan Durazo kid goes well. Okay, what's the first step? Get flat on the ground. He put his head down and put his arms back, so you got to kind of coach him out of that a little bit. You have a problem doing it. Ball moving. Foot flat on the ground. Charles McRae is with the Raiders now. Okay, now he can look down, walk to the right. They all go. You go one line at a time. I said all of them because it's a matter of time. And sometimes you have to speed things up a little bit. They down, walk to the right. They come to the middle of the square. They just walk up to the next line. Right now he put his head down. He won. He's pretty good. Okay, right from the line, down, walk to the right. Okay, then they walk up to the next point. Then I'll come back. Down, walk to the right again. Down, walk to the left. Down, walk to the left again. Okay, it's going to be a pull. You go pull to the right. Pull to the right again. They all come back to the same spot where they started. Pull to their left. Right around it, you square it off. You can't square it off. Pull to the left again. But you see the idea. Here's the backs. One step. One step. You take one step. See the arms come back? One step. You can balance. Turn it up. He's too high. Okay, you move too high. Hands probably about right. Scott's a little high. But we use the bags for a little bit of a landmark. One step. Okay? Foot flat on the ground. Two steps. Second step down the inside leg of the defender. Second step down the inside leg of the defender. 1, 2. Watch the right guard. Second step down the inside leg of the defender. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Three-step approach. What's the angle I need? Watch Hoover. Oh, I'm sorry. Watch Hoover. What's the angle I need to block the 5 leg into the wire? They figure it out because they know where to put the second step. They know where I want their helmet. Okay, watch Tony. Okay, I'm not so much concerned about the footwork as far as, in this one little point of the drill, I'm just trying to isolate the hips. I'm just trying to isolate the hips. The extension, extend, extend. You got to play with an arch in your back. You can't play round shoulders. But watch here. See, he hasn't got the idea. See, no hips. He hasn't got the idea yet. Okay, watch him. See the extension on Jimmy? Watch Sean up. He got a little bit of an idea. He should be able to punch more with his hands inside. Now this is the flipper I was telling you guys about. You train him how to use the flipper, so on and so forth. We'll kind of skip over this a little bit. But what's trying with the flipper? What's the extension the kid gets? The extension he gets with the flipper? And what's this kid? No hips, no extension. No extension. You see what I'm saying? Now his fit, drive, and finish. His grooves. They fit in there. Fit. Make him adjust and stay on the block, and then when the whistle blows, finish him. The little shove, finish him. Same fit, drive, make him adjust. The whistle blows, finish him. Now they go one guy at a time so I can watch all their footwork. Watch the first step. Watch the first step go flat on the ground. That guy had 3 1,000-yard backs in 4 years down there. We got a kid run for 1,000 yards 2 years in a row as a rookie, first and second year. There's only 12 backs in the history of the NFL that have done that. Okay? So some of this stuff actually really does work. See, adjust and sustain. Adjust and sustain. Finish the block. Footwork. Watch the helmet. Why the drop step? I'm over there. We're buying ourselves a little time because the back hasn't physically gotten the ball yet. You haven't physically handed the ball off to the back. This is the center. Okay, now he toed it in. Okay? We correct when he toed. We don't want to toe it. See the toe? See how that's up? We wouldn't want to do that. There's good things about it. Watch the right guard. Watch the arch in his back. Just take a look at the arch in his back. Here, the arch in his back. Arch. Finish the block. Right back. And you get an idea. See, he's got too much weight for him. There's a rookie. I don't think he's no longer in the league. There's a kid from Maryland. There's Steve England. Big, 322 pounds. Get first step. So good base. Work. Finish the block. Okay? They work with a base. I try to teach him to work with a base. USC. I try to teach him to work with a base. Keep a base, hands. Keep a base. Adjust and finish the block. like Sullivan, showing him love. Okay, Sean was kind of a grabber. See, shoulders, he didn't stay on the angle with his shoulders. Okay, he had a good problem. He could work more with his hands, keeping his hands inside. There's one thing that was wrong with Sean would be to keep his hands, keep punching with his hands inside. See the toe. See, this is a rookie here. The toe. What you see, he hasn't got the idea yet. He puts the toe on the ground. He's going to be flat-footed. Is it there? Okay. All right. Okay, guys, we'll take a 10-minute break. On the inside and outside zone plays, okay? We've been running the zone plays for a long time. One guy asked me a question about a stance. Your inside leg is the flat leg, the flat foot. Your outside leg will have about that much leg on the heel. Okay, so one guy went, your inside foot is the foot that's flat on the ground. Your outside leg is the leg. Your outside foot is the foot that has about that much leg under the heel. Okay, so the question of the stance. Okay, let me show you something here. Where the leg, put the leg down. Where are these legs? Hey, that's not a good money. Or he doesn't put the legs down. You see these shirts right here? You see these right here? You see Paul Boudreaux's got one on. You see Hannafin who probably wear one, and some of the other guys. Right? In the NFL, we came up with this thing, and it's called the Mushroom Society. And we use the mushroom as a logo for all the offensive line coaches in the league, because what we found out is that offensive line coaches, right, you're always the last guy to know everything, okay? You're always left in the dock and they always feed you shit, okay? So, you guys can relate to this, right? I mean, you're walking out to the practice field and they're telling you, well, we changed the protection in a meeting in the corridor, and you're walking out to the fucking practice field, right? So you're the last guy to know. I mean, they're going to come and talk to you about it, okay? So we come up with the mushroom, okay? And we say it says cool, C-O-O-L, okay? That stands for coaches of offensive linemen. Okay? Coaches of offensive linemen, which most of you guys are. Okay, so if you wonder what these jerseys are, and you see all this stuff, you understand where we're coming from. We're the mushrooms, you guys are all mushrooms, and we have rulers, we have bag tags, we have pencils. I mean, I took all the money that was made at the clinic last year, that wasn't a whole lot of money in Tampa, and I bought all this stuff and sent it to all the guys and throughout the league. They got rules and bag tags and shit like that. So if you see any of this stuff, we may be selling this stuff too. Okay? You know what it's about. Okay? You're proud to be a mushroom. I don't think Howard Mudd up in Seattle is ever taking the jersey off. I think he wears it all the time. Okay? So let's just stop now. This next hour, okay, I'm going to speak about. We started running the inside zone play, and you saw the two backs at Cleveland years ago were really good, Mack and Viner, and they ran for 1,000 yards apiece in the inside zone play, and Jimmy had it down there with Icky, and they went to the Super Bowl running the inside zone play, and it kept on going. At the Jets, we ran the inside zone play. We were fourth in the league 2 years in a row at running the ball, and that was our basic run, was the inside zone play. Okay? The last few years, for whatever reason, I can't give you a reason, okay? The outside zone play for Tampa, okay, it was have been a better play. Okay, not that the inside zone play was a bad play, okay, but the outside zone play for Rhett, for whatever reason, he liked to run the outside play, was a little better play for us. So I'm going to spend the next 50 minutes talking a little bit about the outside zone play and the concepts and the aiming points and all those things about just the one play. Just that one play. Now, it's an 8 and 9 hole play. So you don't need to have somebody to protect the backside edge of the defense. So we're all on the same page here. We call this play 18 and 19. We call it Zeus here at Cincinnati. Okay, some people call it Mike. It was Mike at Tampa and it was Zeus at the Jets, and now it's Mike back at the Bengals. We call him Mike over here at the University of Cincinnati. 18 and 19, Mike. Okay, I'll try to go over the whole scenario with you. You don't need, on the inside zone play, we always try to have a guy to block that area back there. We call it the zip area. We always try to have a guy block the force, whoever the force guy was. Okay? Now, when you're running an 8 and 9 hole play, you don't need anybody in this area back here, so you can take that extra guy And you can put him anywhere you want on a football field. Okay? You can put 10 guys in there. Okay, but you can put him wherever you want on a football field. So let's just say, where's my black pen? How smart I am. Let's just say he's at 6.5 yards. And what he's going to do is he's going to take a lateral step, go to J-step, and then he's going to run right at the butt of the tight end. Just like that. Okay? The quarterback, if he's taking a proper angle, has to really reach, really come out here and reach to give him the ball. And then there's a couple of things that we do with him, but we will take him and most of the time bring him back outside on like a naked look, right? On a boot look. Okay, so if the quarterback is going right, the back has a proper angle. Okay, when that quarterback, he has to almost breathe long, try to give that guy the ball. Okay, he almost fall down sometimes. You got to run and get there to give him the ball. Now this tight end, okay, he's going to block it. He's going to block it almost like 16, but he's going to turn his shoulders just a little bit more. So his first step, he's going to drop. His second step's going to come down the inside leg of the defender, but he's going to turn his shoulders just a little bit more. Just a hair more. Because, rule of thumb, the farther the ball goes outside, the more you can turn your shoulders. Am I making any sense to you guys? What I'm saying here, if I'm running 16, if I'm running 14, we'll start with 14. You guys running 14, I think it's going to be called 10 or 12. 12 calls it 10, whatever. I'm saying, okay, this would be 14. See my shoulders? This would be 16. You see my shoulders? They're turned a little bit. I got to cover the defender up. They're turned a little more. This would be 18. See how I am over here? See my shoulders? They turned a little more. Now watch. 14, 16, 18. Okay? So I can turn my shoulders a little more because it's an outside play, but I still have to have a strong inside arm because I don't want that guy to jump back underneath to play right there. Okay? I don't want to have that guy jump back underneath. I want to be able to stretch this guy. Now this back looks at that defender. He does not read the tight end block. Our backs look at the defender because the defender's going to tell you quicker what's happening than it would be if you're trying to read the offensive lineman's block. Okay? So the backs look at the defender's coaching point. That guy widens, and we have this guy hooked on a track. I'll go back for work in a minute. And that back is going to take that ball right in the C-gap. If this guy were to get hooked, this guy would jump outside with the football. Okay? Say this guy headed for the tight end and the end took it away, he will cut up the field. This is a cut up play, it is not a cut back play. Understand what I'm saying? You will cut up the field, you will not cut back. Now, Barry Sanders cuts anywhere he wants. Okay? Okay? But you will cut up the field, not back. So let's just look at this one front here. We'll start with this one front. 30-40 minutes. Okay? And constantly you want to stretch the defense, and the ball either go in the C-gap, it may cut up the field, or you may jump it outside. His aiming point is the butt of the tight end. He's 6.5 yards deep. Roughly. That may be a little deep. Okay? This tackle, he will take a lateral step. Sometimes he'll take a drop step, depending on the position of that defensive end right there. He will try to use a rip for movement. A rip. So he's going to drop maybe, put the second step down the middle of the defender, maybe a little farther, okay? Where he's going to try to rip that guy for movement. And he wants to try to stay on this track. Stay on this track, okay, and get that linebacker right there. If that defensive end were to cross his face, then he would take over the defensive end, okay, and in the back, the guard would keep coming. Now the guard is going to trail. We use a trail technique. So this is full zone blocking scheme. He is going to almost pull, and he's going to get behind his tackle. You understand what I'm saying? he's going to almost pull and get behind this tackle, and he wants to push that tackle through. He wants to push the tackle through to get to the linebacker. Now, if sometimes you'll see that the tackle blocks the end, and this guy comes all the way around and blocks the mic. It just happens. He's pulling. We tell the guard, look, if you can't get behind your tackle, don't push your tackle because you will knock him off the block. Don't throw the block. Coaching point. If you can't get behind this guy to push him through, you're on the side of that guy, don't throw the block because you'll knock your tackle off the block. Okay? So if you're behind this guy, you're pushing him. Now sometimes he's pushing this guy comes back underneath, he comes back off and blocks that guy right there. Okay? Sometimes they stop together, he's taking him, he comes back inside, the guy takes him, he goes up and he blocks the right linebacker. We call it a trail technique. The uncovered guy is going to trail the guy that's covered. Trail technique. This center, he wants to drop step and he wants to rip. He wants to rip across this guy's face in this kind of an area. Okay, he wants to try to cut that backside linebacker. This guy is going to drop step. Okay, he's going to rip and he's going to come down and he's going to cut that nose guy. You cut him violently. You take your backside shoulder and you see you can get to that far leg and you cut and roll him to the back of his legs. Okay, it's a violent son of a... When he drops and he rips, he's chasing that guy, and if you get that backside shoulder for that far knee, and you cut, right, as soon as you cut, I want you to roll up the back of his legs and see if you can get him out. Now, if we get him on the ground, and they expand, there's a big seam right there. There's a gigantic seam. This backside tackle, you just rip inside, okay? Right? And then you can come across the field. You rip inside, just rip. So you take a drop step, that whole foot will be on the ground, and you rip. And you rip hard inside. Now, if you get him on the ground, good. But if you can rip across that guy, whether you pass block him or whatever you want, but you just get in front, put your helmet in front of this guy. Okay, so when you take that first, you're going to come back off the backside. That first step, okay, it's a big drop step. It's here. Don't leave the cutoff on the backside with your inside leg. You never get the guy cut off. It's an angle. Backside cutoff point. It's an angle. Okay, if that guy lines up inside of me, I got to take a deeper drop step to create the angle to get in front of him. If the guy lines up outside of me, I may not have to drop step as deep because the guy's already outside of me, and I may just have to drop a little bit and put the second step down the middle of the guy, okay, because he's already outside of me. I just want to hold him out there and then continue on. Okay, that's versus this 34D. If this guy were to slant inside, on the inside zone play, that tackle would take him back to the guard. We call it a tough technique. But on the outside zone play, if this end were to slant inside, the tackle is not going to take him back to the guard. Okay? He is not going to take him back to the guard. He's going to let him go. He may shove him, push him farther than he wants to go, but he's going to continue on to cut the linebacker and block the linebacker. You see the difference between the inside zone play and the outside zone play. Now, this front side guard, on the inside zone play, he's looking at the linebacker. The front side guard, on the outside zone play, okay, he's looking at the defensive end. Do you understand what I'm saying? So his eyes, instead of going to the linebacker, okay, on the outside zone play, he uses trail technique, and now he's going to look at that defensive end right here. And he's going to feel the linebacker, because that linebacker, when he come underneath, you have to adjust and come off and get that linebacker. So his eyes go someplace different than they would on the inside zone play. Inside, he's looking at the front side number of the linebacker. The outside zone play, he's looking at the defensive end. We're on the same page here. Okay? Then we run the play. We call it 18 months. Next scenario. You come to the line of scrimmage. They give you a reduction. We call it 1-5-1. Okay, that's another hour visitation on that. Okay. He's in the same spot. He's taking the same step. He's doing the same course. He's coming here. He's still reading the same guide. That tight end using the same technique. Okay. This guy's using the same technique as he would in the 34. He's still using the trail technique. Go up to him. Now, this is the bitch. He's got to rip across that face and see if he can get that guy on the ground. That is a son of a gun. Okay? That is a tough thing to do. This backside block right here, okay? We don't care where this linebacker lines up. If he's here, or if he's here, it's going to be the same thing. Okay? We are going to rip the guard through on that angle and come down and cut that guy, okay, with the backside eye. Now on the inside zone play, we had a little discussion about that. Where is that linebacker on the inside zone play? We've got to care a little bit about where the linebacker is on the inside zone play. Is one technique here, is he over here, is he inside? Jesus, there's a million different things you have to think about. Not an exact science. But on the outside zone play, you don't really care. You don't really care because this guy's going to rip. And that tackle, you're going to come down, you're going to cut that guy. And that's all you know. Okay, that's all you know. So maybe the rules, we've taken some of the gray areas out of the outside zone, but maybe that's why it's going to be a better play. So we're going to block the play just like that. But the backside is the change here because of the reduction. That guy's going to rip and stay on a good angle to cut that linebacker. Okay? That tackle's going to come down, he's going to cut that free technique. Now, we get over here, still running the same play, still at 25 front. We say we can do this because this guy is the guy he's a big, slow kind of guy. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Now, the nose guy, he's a big, slow kind of guy. He has problems getting those 300-pound nose guys that you see that have a little problem running and getting off the blocks, and your center can kind of stay on him a little long enough to get the back by it and that kind of stuff. You can block it like that. Listen to what I'm saying. Now, you got that speedy little son of Minnesota Vikings. Okay? Whoever, they tilt that son, that guy's butt is in your God's face. Okay, that's how much they tilt that son of a gun. Holy God. They got the defensive end, he's in the gap. They got the Sam linebacker, his inside leg is on your outside leg of your tight end. Hey, no way. There's no way you're going to reach those guys. They're saying his name. He ain't going to get out. We're going to force everything back. We're going to force everything back. Now, let me give you a little thing for your drawings. If we're not going to block this guy, we're going to put a little exclamation point over that guy to tell the backs we're not going to block him in the game plan. So when the backs get the game plan, they look at it and they say, okay, he's not blocking that guy. If they run back there, they should get tackled. They should get tackled right inside of him. Okay, because he ain't very smart. You get him out of the game. Okay? So when they see that guy right there with a little exclamation point, we're not blocking him. So don't run back there with the football. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Now down here, we're going to run the same play. He's going to stop again for the butt of the tight end, but they're so wide. So what they do is they make a call. Tackle makes a call that's going to bring the tight end down on that guy right there. Okay? He's going to pull the tackle. Remember I told you, how am I going to get this done? See what I'm saying? How am I going to get this done? Who do I have to block? What can the defense do to me? And how am I going to block it? Well, this is one of those things where, hey, tackle gets done. I can't get that guy. No way. Well, the tight end lines up. He's got a guy way outside. And the tight end saying, there's no way I'm going to block that guy. I'm going to run the outside play. There's no way. So they make a call. Well, they will bring the tight end down, and we will pull the tackle. Okay, he's going to try to attack the outside number. He's going to try to attack the outside number of that guy. We're hoping that guy is going to squeeze down with the tight end spot. But if he doesn't, we want to attack the outside number of that guy and let the guy lie. Stretch it. Stretch it. We will also pull the guard who is manned up now on that linebacker right there. Because we don't want to get the guard picked by the down block of the tight end. And what the guard does, his body on the pull, when that guard goes to pull, okay, his body on the pull will protect the mesh point by the quarterback just in case this defensive end would want to slam inside. Would want to slam inside. So we're all on the same page. We're blocking the tight end down. We're going to pull the tackle. We're going to pull the guard. Now here's why we do this. Okay, and you see some good shots. We did this very good against the Lions. We will take, I'll spot you out, we're going to ball for 164 yards in the first half, and then we try to score it in the second half. Great coaching. Okay. The center, okay, is going to stretch. He can't reach that guy now. If he does, we're going to make a lot of yards. What we want the center to do is run this guy into the down block. Time and time again, you see him take that guy and run him, because he knows by the call what's going to happen. The center knows that he's going to get some kind of collision. There's going to be a pile over here someplace. All he's trying to do, right, is stay on the block long enough to run him into the down block, and the guy will probably trip over the pile most of the time. Or if the guy loses ground and runs over this way, we're still making ground. Okay? So he wants to run the shade into the down block. The backside guys do exactly the same thing they did the last time. They ain't going to change. They ain't going to change. So what have we talked about? Just a quick review. We're talking about an 18 and 19 play outside zone. We talked about the back reading the Sam linebacker. He's going to read the guy. He's going to read the end guy in the line of scrimmage, whoever that guy is. Okay, in the front seven. If that guy widens, he goes inside. Okay, if that guy widens and the defensive end takes away, he'll cut up the field. Okay? If that guy comes inside, they all come inside, and the back will jump it outside. Very simple thing. This is the same scheme, and we run the same scheme versus the reduction look with the backside people using pull zone techniques and cutting the backside 3 technique. Because we feel that the center can block the shade. Now, if we don't think the center can block the shade and give us wide techniques on the front side, we'll block the tight end down, we'll pull the tackle, we'll pull the guard, the tight end, center, you run your guy into the down block, okay? Run the stretch play, get cut off the backside. Those zone block defensives. But now, the defense, they don't always, those defensive coordinators, they're shaky at best. They don't trust them. Those are the guys, the offensive line guys, the players and the coaches, those are good neighbors. You like those guys as your neighbors. Those defensive son of a guns, you want those guys to live across town, as far away as you can, because you cannot trust them. They take the defense, and they reduce the defense, and they reduce it strong. So what we want to do in this case, back still at 6.5 yards, he's still going to take a J-step, he's still going to work at the butt of the tight end, he's still doing all the things that we're going to do here, because this sets up, this play will set up our, what we call keepers, plays where the quarterback comes out naked on the backside. We will base the tight end up. First thing we're going to stop. Tight end, you take him someplace, but don't let him come in the backfield. But make him go somewhere. But don't allow the guy to knock your ass back into the backfield. Make him go someplace. Tackle, you block down. First thing we're going to think about. Tackle, you block down. Now guard, you're going to pull. Okay? And you're going to look at that defensive end right there. Back. When you're running, you're reading that guy anyway. So back's looking at the defensive end, and the pulling guard is taking a peek at the defensive end. If this guy were to widen, that guy would go up inside and block that linebacker, okay? And the back would go up inside and follow the guard. If that defensive end, remember the back's looking right at the defensive end, and the guard is looking at the defensive end, if this guy were to come inside, the tight end, bring him down, the guy's going to come around the tight end's block and block the linebacker, and that's going to go outside. Simple play. Very simple play. Backside over here, the center, you're going to rip. God, you're going to do the same thing the tackle did on the backside. You're going to come down, you're going to cut that guy right there. You want to cut the shade. Get that son of a gun on the ground. Cut him violently. Make him afraid to play this game. Make him deathly afraid of you. You might take him out. You may take them out for the season. Backside tackle. You're going to rip through. Again, if that guy runs over the top, probably block him. Rip through and get across the field. Rip through and get across the field. So we're going to block the tackle down. Okay. Pull the guard. Guard in the back of both reading the defensive end. The guy lines up on the tight end's head. And we run the play. We run the play. And we have all kind of check with these from all kinds of different formations and stuff, and if you guys want to do that stuff later. Now, the defense doesn't always do the same thing it's supposed to do. Okay? Remember I told you, what does the offensive lineman see when he gets down on his stance? He doesn't see the picture. Okay? What does he need? What do I have to block? How do I have to, what's the defense going to do to me? How am I going to get the job done? Well, in this case right here, They're playing this guy in a 7 technique. They're playing that guy in a 7 technique, okay? And you think you can reach the 3 technique with the guard. You think you can reach the 3 technique with the guard, or you feel comfortable with that, then you would scoop these guys, okay? You would scoop those guys and tight end and step over his outside leg. Okay, tight end steps over his outside leg. The second step comes down the middle of the defender. Your eyes are on the linebacker. He's ready to set. Okay? You don't have to get the 7 technique right here. You don't have to look at the 7 technique. So when he takes the step, boom, his eyes are on that linebacker. That linebacker's going to tell him what's going to happen. Okay? So in the second step, his eyes, don't look at the defender. The down there. Look at the linebacker. Here we go right here. Trail, scoop. Okay? He pushes him through. If he came inside, you take him over. You go up and block the linebacker. That's pretty simple. That's a basic thing. Okay, we block him. He cuts, he rips. He cuts, he rips for the W linebacker. He's here. He runs again for the butt of the tight end. And we run the play. Now we've called 18 Mike in the huddle. They're doing all this stuff at the line of scrimmage. You don't have to tell the back. Back doesn't care about shit. All he knows is he's going to look at that guy lined up over the tight end's head. That's all that back cares about. Yeah, he doesn't care if they block the tight end down, if they pull the tackle with the guard, if they block the tackle down, base the tight end up, and pull the guard around. He don't care. All he cares about is looking at that end guy in the line of scrimmage. Now, a lot of times you see cuts in here. We block down over here. He widens. Okay, but this guy spins out of a down block in the back, right underneath the 3 technique. You cut it up. Fine. You find it. Now, the defense does this. We've only called 1 play, guys. They have all this ammunition to work with. The defense does this. He's in the 7th. He's right here. Okay, he's over here. Same kind of Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears, whatever you call it, everybody's running how you can beat your head together. So we're on 18. He's here. Lateral step. Runs at the butt of the tight end. But now what they do with this guy, maybe they kind of screw him here a little bit. They kind of screw him, they're messing with you with that linebacker right there. They're not sure you're going to run through it. So you base the tight end up on the 7. Okay, and you pull your tackle. Okay, for the Sam linebacker. You guys see that? Yeah, I'm not going to go it. Right. He reaches. You want to rip past the 3 technique. That guy wants to rip by that 3 technique. If you're going to base the guard up on the 3 technique, you want the guard to rip by the 3 technique and come under the block. If he comes underneath the block, this way, he shouldn't make the play. That ball should be going out. If he's the kind of guy that skins you, now you're going to have to adjust him. You may not want to use the rip technique. But if he's coming way underneath the block, that guy rip, okay? Right? That back should be gone. That new back should be gone. So we would base up the tight end, rip the 3 technique. You still want it on the butt of the tight end. These guys are going to cut the backside. We're going to rip through, get the W linebacker right there, and we're going to run the play. Now you see all those schemes? Here's another one down here. Now everybody's covered. So he's going to trail, he's going to rip, okay, he bases, he runs the same. Now what we did versus the Green Bay Packers, we changed the back, and this kind of look right here, just to give you an idea what we did. We changed the aiming point for the back. Instead of roll it, we told him to go at the inside leg of the tackle. He's going to go right here. Versus the Packers, he came down and he ran an aiming point at the inside leg of the tackle. And then what we had is we had the offensive line, the back ran kind of like the outside footwork for the zone play, but his landlock changed to the inside leg of the tackle. And the offensive line, what those guys did is they ran the inside zone. We just added a term. We said this was 18 tight. And we did it versus the Packers. Tight pull the line back, so you're running back an 18 course, but you run that inside lane. It's a tighter course. Okay? But we said 18 tight to tell rep what we wanted him to do. Ryan, you remember that on 18 tight, and you're going to run inside zone blocking responsibilities and techniques. Remember what I just said now. 18 tight, back. Okay? You run at the butt of the top tackle, okay, on a diagonal course, you're not going to roll it. Line, you block the inside footwork. Use the inside zone footwork. Why? We found that the Packers didn't get off the blocks as well. Here, when they covered everybody in that 4-3, 6-1 look, whatever you guys call that look, okay? And we could get the back to the line of scrimmage faster. These guys had to make quicker decisions on which way they were going to try to get off the blocks, okay? And the seams happened a little bit faster. The seams happened a little bit faster for us. So when we saw those kind of defenses, we kind of went to that type of philosophy, that type of thought. We changed it just a little bit. So we combined the two plays. We just combined the two plays and said, hey, look, we think we want to get him in a little bit quicker, still run the outside cross. It looks like the outside cross. To the defense, they may go a little bit faster, but we can still, this back, by doing this, can still cut back in here. So that's why we wanted to run the inside footwork and zone play, because the back on this kind of cross, okay, can still cut the ball back over here. So he knew that we could protect the backside and he could cut it back a little bit farther than he would on a normal 18. Are we on the same page here? Okay? Now, that's just a little change up. I'm just trying to give you guys a little how you can take the play and kind of fool it a little bit by what you see. But you see the scheme here. You've got one scheme here. You've got another scheme here. 1, 2. Okay? You've got another one here. 3. Okay? You've got another one here. 4. Okay? And you've got another one here. 5. Okay? You've got 5 things. There's 5 different line calls. Okay? Now, we didn't give them all into the same game plan, guys. All we said is, hey, look, this week, guys, this is the one we want to feature. We're going to start with one of these 5. Okay? And now, if they jump to this defense, you may run number 3, you may run number 2, number whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? Right? But it was a way that the line and the tight end could handle what all the fronts did. We only call one play. We call 18 Mike in the huddle. So all we call in the huddle is 18 Mike. But they may come to the line of scrimmage, okay, and they may be able to block that one play 5 different ways at the point of attack. And the back didn't have to know, the quarterback didn't have to know. Okay? Really from the center, just the center had to go on the down scheme. Because you want to run this guy into the tight end who's walking down on the back technique. Okay. So let's just take a look. Any questions on this one?
Who makes the call? Who's making the call?
Whoever needs it, Joe. Whoever needs it. I can't, I'm the tackle. I got the wide 5. I can't give it. Ted, bring him down, okay? Hey, I'm the guard. You know what I mean? I can't get the 3 technique. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah, right. Bring the tackle. Hey, guys, I can't get the street technique. He's in the gap. You know what I mean? So what? The conversationalist. Become a conversationalist. It's not the tackle makes the call, the guard makes the call, the tight end makes the call. Whoever needs it, talk to your buddy. You get down. He's a little white guy. Here we go. Hey, how about give me some help here? You know what I mean? Whatever your calls are.
Guard calls tackle down. Who's telling the tight end? Guard calls tackle down, block down. Tight end knows he's got him alone.
Yeah, you make what we call a solo ball. Right, and he tells you, hey, you're all by yourself.
All right.
Okay. Now, let's just see. Any other questions on it? You guys give me...
Line splits.
Line splits are always, I always go 2, 2, and 3. The tight end may cheat now. Don't get me wrong. They cheat. Okay? Now, Jimmy, I'm not smart enough to do it. He got him on the ball. He's got him off the ball. He's got these guys going down. He's got them over here. He's got them back off the ball. I can't figure that shit out. I tell you, I can't. You know what I mean? So we go 2, 2, and 3. Okay? We got a chance. Because we ran so many check with me's, or we may check it from a run to a pass. We may check it from a run opposite, going a run to the other side. Okay? We may check it from a run to a naked. Okay? So we found out the optimum place to put the offensive line. okay, in open field offense, not on the line, not on short yards or goal line, okay, that we want at the top of our helmets to break the bottom of the plane of the center's numbers, top of our helmets to break the bottom of the plane of the center numbers, and if we had 2-2 and a 3-foot split by the tight end, that was pretty good. We could get most of the stuff that we needed accomplished done that way. Now you're going to see them cheat because they're not dumb. Okay, Joe played in the league a long time, he knew that, hey, yeah, I can't give it a 2.5 feet, I got to coach it down a little bit. I ain't really, they'll figure all that out by themselves. No overcoaching on it. Okay, now let's just take, any other questions on that?
Yeah, would you work in the upper left-hand corner of the screen? You can't see it when you're looking at the bottom.
See that right there?
You work in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you can't see it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Any questions on 1, 2, 3, 4, any of those blocking schemes right there? You're all set on those guys? This is the other. Now you can take this and incorporate it with what we call run action back, not a run action, but what we call the out-of-pocket protections. Out-of-pocket protection, we call them keepers. The quarterback keeps the ball. He's out there all by himself, and I'll go, that's a whole other scenario on that right there. So let's just put some of this tape on us and take a look at some of this tape. Okay? Now this is just a one play. Remember, we've only called the one play in the huddle. Haven't called a whole mess of different plays. We just made this one call in the huddle, but they were drilled so much because I was relentless with the walkthroughs. I was relentless on staying on them and making sure they knew just what I wanted them to do. Okay? All right? This is the formation. We put them in. See, there's really no force over this back and forth race. You're not going to stack the linebackers. They're going to say, hey, there's only one way you got to run back over here, run over here. They're going to play with 7 guys in the box. We talked about this last night, right? We run the outside play. See the guy, he's going to pull and trail. He's going to pull and trail the tackle. Back cuts it up. He cuts it up the field. See the tackle? He tries to use that left forearm. Okay, he should trail, try to get behind it. Okay? See the center? He's trying to work the guy as far as he can. He tries to cut him on the ball, comes behind it. Okay, stretch, watch the backside, I think the backside of that one. Watch the backside tackle, Gruber. He's got a 4-eye, whatever you call this technique over here, wide 3, 4-eye, I don't know what the hell it is, okay? But watch the first step. See the guys inside of him? Watch his first step. We had him, you got to take a deep drop step, put that foot flat on the ground. See that right there? And watch the second step. This guy's inside the backside tackle. See the second, boom, you get down. You can get him down on the ground. All right? There's a seam. In some place. It's a 7-yard play. Okay, here's a guard bubble. Watch the technique of the right tackle and the right guard. The back has to be disciplined because he's going to set up the blocks. He has to be disciplined on his course because he's going to set up these blocks right here. He's going to see how wide that guy is. Just keep hiding. We know we can't reach him. It's a tight end. But watch the tackle and the guard. Don't watch the backside guys. We were folding these guys on the backside here. This is a pipe dream. It'll never happen. Okay? But watch the front side guard in the tackle. Because the back pressed it, because the back stayed on its course, they were able to get that done. Here's the center. Center guard. See how the center, he kind of scoots, he rips a little bit, and then he's got the guy on his backside shoulder, so he cuts him. He cuts him. See, we tried to base up, because we thought they were going to grab this guy, we're going to base up the guard and pull the tackle through. It doesn't work. Not in this play. It may work on the inside play. Same thing. Discipline caused by the back will set up the offensive line's block. Same play. Watch the tackle. Watch the right tackle and the right guard. See, he comes through, he's looking at the linebacker. Linebacker comes to the guy comes back, and now the tackle's going to come back on the end. Going the other way. Versus Carolina. These guys are all over football. This is what I'm telling you. He doesn't tough technique, this guy, but that guy slants inside, he lets him go. He continues on for the linebacker. If that guy slants in on the outside plate, now that guy should put his helmet off front side. He should trail a little deeper. See, he didn't trail deep enough. And what happened was the guy ricochets off his inside shoulder. You see some good stuff and bad stuff on his face. So we try to get the center through, rip the center through and cut that backside guy. But that guy can trail. He should probably try to cut that nose tackle. But Gruber goes up and blocks the linebacker. He sees the guy go back inside. Backside tackle, rip. Drop and rip. I've all kind of checked with me the way you want to run it and all that kind of stuff. You can spend hours trying to figure it all out. You outcoach yourself most of the time. Okay, here's a scheme where they're going to just zone block this to the 9 and the 3, but we thought we could get the 3 technique reach. Right? So he rips the 3. See him rip the 3? He rips the 3. See the center go by? The center almost turns flat. He gets a little too flat here. And now he's going to get back up the field to get to that backside linebacker. What's the backside tackle? He can cut up and go outside. He can't go backside. Now Barry Sanders can go anywhere he wants. You know what I'm saying? They can have that. He has Eric Brad. Okay, here's another scheme. All of a sudden, the Sam linebacker jumps over here, so they turn out. They both turn out. Here was a Sam, he started here, he walked up over here, so they turned out. He turned out on him, he turned out on the 5 technique, or the 7 technique. He reaches the 3, they run the play. What can the defense do to me? Who do I have to block? What can the defense do to me? Watch the backside guy. He rips, and then he goes to the ass block. This is that type that I was telling you about. You just go through, because this doesn't, just a different way that we did it. It's all the inside zone play. They're blocking the inside zone play. The back was running kind of like the outside zone play. This is the same scheme. We're going to put the back on the force. We're going to put this back on the force, run the outside play. This is a 3 technique. So he tries to jump to him. He's better off trying to rip that guy. Don't jump to him. He's better off trying to rip that guy. So the tackle got outside position on him. Center can go. Center takes a good angle to go get that linebacker. We're going to cut that shade. You should come down and try to cut that shade right there. Many different formations, personnel changes, the whole bit. Okay, here's one where they make a call, where the tackle came down. Got pulled around for the linebacker. Tight end based up. Back block the force. Okay? He cuts off the backside linebacker. Now watch what the right guard does. He rips. He doesn't feel the defender on the rip, so he turns back. Watch how he turns back. He doesn't feel the defender on the rip, so he turns back. Now watch this guy right here. Watch what the fake. Watch this guy right here now. He rips, he's going to turn back into the field of pressure, but watch when the quarterback makes a good fake. This guy right here goes and chases the quarterback. They all have to do their job. If one guy's not doing it correctly, okay, that helped the play go. That quarterback coming out helped that play go because this guy didn't chase anyone. He came back and chased the quarterback. Because they knew we have that pass off of that scheme. See the guy who chased the quarterback? We're only called 18, 19. Rob, Boston, wherever the force, these are all force calls. All those are only the forces probably going to block the force. Who's this again? I mean, this is versus somebody. Looks like the Eagles. Looks like the Eagles. Okay, all right, look at this. Probably should get out of the play. He's way over here. Too many guys. This is tough. Okay, but they made a jack ball. Okay, he comes off the ball, he comes inside, he fights his way through it. Now he has to adjust because all three are not working together. He's working man. Right? Actually, these three are working those three. They got a call when we work the tackle, the extra, and the two tight ends together for those three guys right there. What's the backside guy cut off? The guy's inside of him, right? The guy is inside of him. Carolina. Here you got a shade. You got the under defense. Okay? They secure with the broad block. They got tandem block the area right here. They secure the area. Okay? Watch the tackle rip. Watch the tackle rip. Boom, rip. Okay? The guy ends up taking the end, the 5 technique. Okay, tackle coming back on that linebacker right there. So he's trying to run the guy and he cuts him. Watch the guy, blocks 2 guys. He blocks another guy in the same play. The right guard. It's him, and then he goes and blocks the other linebacker. Another scheme. We're blocking a tight end down, pulling attack, blocking a tackle down, throwing guard. Rock, let's go, let's just fast forward to some of these here. Give us some of these. Okay, again, we're going to block the tackle down, pull the guard around. Those two are working to stack the outside guy, the safety's up on the line of scrimmage. Center's taking a good angle to try to get to that white linebacker. He's trying to cut the backside guy off. He's taking a good, proper angle departure from the line of scrimmage. He went the opposite way. Why? I have no idea. Okay? But there's some place to go with the football. This is another thing we did against Carolina, double ball split. Okay? Okay, it's the same. They see the defense. They block the tackle down. They needed this scheme. They block the tackle down. Watch the guard pull. He pulls around for the sand. Okay, he bases up. He pulls around for the sand. He widens, the back cuts it up inside. On this play here, they got, watch the backside down. They got 1, 2, they got 4 out of their 5 guys were on the ground. Were on the ground in the play. 4 out of the 5 guys, the offensive line on ground. Watch the right guard. We did some here where you go. You see all the different schemes. Let's just see this one here. He blocks here, he basically pulls on, he goes inside, now he widens and back and he goes inside. Here's the Redskins. For whatever reason, we love to run the ball versus the Washington Redskins. We ran every year we played the Redskins, we ran the ball for 150 yards and better. One year we ran for 232. There's one with the watch the guard. See now the guard, the tight end takes this guy down, and the guy comes all the way around it and blocks the sand. Tackle goes, sends it up, watch, sends it on the mic. We cut the backside, like the left guard. He cuts the backside shade, he blocks down, okay, tight end faces up, the guy goes inside, guy comes around it, we run the play. Not a very hard thing to do, it's all done at the line of scrimmage, guys. It's all done right at the line of scrimmage. Same thing. Versus Houston, so on and so forth. We'll get through some of these and go to another scheme. Let me show you some of the, there's one more scheme there, guys, and we got to get moving to the next speaker. Right there. There's another scheme. Now, for whatever reason, okay, they wanted to block, they wanted to base the tight end up, and they pull the tackle. Okay, because that's what they felt they had to do with the scheme, with the look called for. So they base the tight end up, they pull the tackle for the nickel guy. We reach the guard, center comes up from the mic, so on and so forth. But that's what they felt they had to do to get the job done. That was one of the tools they had to get the job done. So we pull the tackle. See those guys finishing the blocks? We try to teach everybody, finish the blocks. Finish the blocks. Finish the block. Go find some. Finish. It seems they're still working, finishing, trying to finish the block. Whistle blows, you push one more time. There's the Lions. Good example. We're going to pull the tackle. We're going to pull the guard too. And he goes back door. You go to back door to center. We don't care. He can't get the play. The center guard leg with him. Okay. But he's like, we pull the guard too. Now, I don't know why Rhett goes up inside. I'm just saying the scheme is blocked pretty good. You should go right behind this guard right here. There's another one. He bases up. When he comes down, we pull the tackle. Now, the guy didn't go, he didn't pull the guy. He thought he could get up and block that linebacker and not have to pull, so that's what he did. This is just another way to block it, and so on and so forth. Okay, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, if you need anything, what I got, here's some of my business cards over here. It's about 200 of them over here. If you want that training film with camera and the square drills and any of that stuff over here, you take one of these business cards, send me $5, okay, to this address with your name and address, and we'll send you back the tape in about a week, okay? So if you want to, my business cards are up here. If I can help you guys out in any way, so forth and so on, you know where you can find me. Take a card, okay? The next guy will be Paul Alexander, okay? The Cincinnati Bengals offensive line coach will be the next speaker. Thank you very much. We're going back at 10:30. So you got about 6 minutes.